and I welcome you all in this offline session of in-house training. And my topic is values education and its significance. In this topic, we will come to know about the values, components, impacts, importance, and many more things about value education. So, first of all, we will see the definition of value education. Value education is an essential element of whole person education which aims at fostering students' positive values and attitudes through the learning and teaching of various key learning areas or subjects and the provision of relevant learning experiences. On this ground, it is to develop students' ability to identify the values, embedded judgment in different issues they may encounter at different developmental stages so that they could take proper action to deal with the challenges in their future life. So here we can see that how values matters the most in our day-to-day lives. How we take the decisions, either it is correct or incorrect or ethical or for the sake of we human beings. So all these things totally depends on the thought process of we individuals. For an instance, if we take the example of a small child, he or she is just unaware of all the worldly facts. He or she doesn't know what is right and what is wrong. And we make them aware of the facts that what is wrong and what is right. And through our teachings, they come to know about the worldly facts, and their teachings, our teachings, help them in their future. And that's why we see in most of the institutions, most of the colleges, and mainly in the schools, this value education have been implemented nowadays. So now we'll move on to our next slide, which is importance of value education. First point is the students become more responsible for their behavior with teachers and fellow students. The students become regular with their homeworks and classworks. They learn to cooperate with the teachers and fellow students in every situation. How this can be possible if the teachers try to pay or take proper attention towards the students, then only this is possible that the students will be self-confidence. They will have self-confidence, they will gain self-confidence within them, and then only they can behave properly within their fellow mates, fellow beings, or with their teachers. And they will be regular also with their homeworks and classworks. They learn to handle every situation in class with maturity. The students become attentive in class. It helps students to take their own decisions without any hesitation. This hesitation is the main problem within the students, जिसको हम हिचकिचाहट बोलते हैं. जब स्टूडेंट्स में हिचकिचाहट रहेगा तो वो कभी आगे नहीं बढ़ पाएगा. यदि अगर टीचर से कुछ पूछते हैं तो मे बी वो हमें डांट देंगे, पनिश करेंगे. तो ये हिचकिचाहट अगर उन लोगों में रहेंगी तो वो कभी प्रोग्रेस नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो ये हिचकिचाहट तभी दूर होगी जब स्टूडेंट्स के लिए टीचर्स जो है केयर, सपोर्ट करेंगे. It helps students to take their own decision without any hesitation. When the teachers will cooperate with the students, then only they will feel self-confident within them. It develops a positive mind and a good attitude. Value education creates a strong relationship between student and teachers. The good bonding between the students and teachers is only possible when the student will be confident with their teachers. And this can only happen if the teachers will support the student. अगर टीचर्स स्टूडेंट की सपोर्ट करेंगे तभी ये पॉसिबल है. अगर टीचर प्रोफेशनल होकर नहीं पढ़ाते हैं, वो सिर्फ ये समझते हैं कि हमें स्टूडेंट को प्रोफेशनली नहीं देखना है, सिर्फ आ रहे हैं, पढ़ा रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं, तो उन्हें कभी ये स्टूडेंट को ये एहसास नहीं होगा कि हम टीचर्स से कैसे बिहेव करें या स्कूल में हम किस तरह से और अपने फेलो बींग्स के साथ बिहेव करेंगे, कैसे रहेंगे. It also develops the character and personality of the students. This character and personality also plays a vital role in this importance of value education. If a student is having proper value education, then only they can cope up with all the difficulties in their life, and they can develop the character also, they can build up the character also, and their personality will also be developed at that very moment only. So next we will see the video related to importance of value education.
A great bonding with one of his professors. The professor too responded with great affection as he was a brilliant student. Once, as the professor was walking by, the student went to him and said, "Sir, I want to talk to you. Kindly can you please allot me 5 minutes of your time?" To which the professor replied, "No, no, not now," and walked away. The student felt hurt and thought, "Every time Sir was excited to have a talk with me, he never backed me off." Feeling depressed, he stood outside the staff room. The professor went inside and exchanged laughs with his co-professors and had a small talk with them and went to his car. Meanwhile, the student ran to him and again asked him, "Sir, just for 2 minutes I want to talk to you." The professor again replied, "I told you, my child, not now. I don't want to talk to you right now. I am sorry." And he drove away. And after the incident, the professor didn't attend the college for 4 days. In these days, the student went to the staff room and asked the other professor about him. They said, "No, he is absent today." After 4 days, the professor came to the college and in the classroom, he saw the boy. Surprisingly, he said, "Why do you look so well? Come and meet me in the staff room." After the class, both went to the staff room. The eyes of the students have sunken deep inside with an untrimmed beard. He looked weak. The professor asked, "Why are you so? Are you sick?" To which the student replied, "No, sir, I am deeply hurt." Professor asked, "Why are you hurt? Who did hurt you?" "Sir, 4 days back I came to have an interaction with you. You said not now and went to the staff room and interacted with everyone. You did see me standing outside and said nothing. And when you are going, I came running by, but you drove away. I am totally hurt, sir. The books too didn't help me out. Don't know why, but I haven't gone to mess for eating. I just lied on my bed. In case if you haven't come today, probably by the next 3 days I would have committed suicide." The professor stood from his chair and told the student to have his seat. "The grievance that you have undergone until now, write an article upon it and hand it over to me." The student wrote and submitted to him. The professor said, "You are a brilliant student. I hope that you will be helpful for the society. I also hope that you will be with Planning Commission Deputy Chairman. But I realized no matter how intellectual your mind is, everything will be destroyed by a great weakness you possess. You are hypersensitive. Do you know why I have left? I had a terrible headache. Due to the terrible headache, I felt that I cannot handle the classes for the rest of the day. So I went to the professors, exchanged some logs and intimated them that I am taking a leave due to headache and went to my car. Meanwhile, you came to me. I thought it might be a small doubt, so I ignored you and said not now and drove away. As I went home, I have been affected with a viral fever. To get cured, it took me 4 days. You only thought about your mad love and affection upon me, but you are not even in a state to think about what the other person might be going through. If you don't possess this quality, whatsoever high-ranking official you may be, you will be dangerous to everyone around you. A clarity in thought is important. Not only you must think about yourself, but also you have to think about the other person too. The key for a person to grow is not thinking selfishly, not getting grumbled if somebody say a word. You must have enhanced listening skills. You must listen to others. You should have thought that professor is always affectionate towards me, but today he ignored me. Okay, I can take a clarification from him tomorrow or 3 days later when he will be available. If there is a mistake from my side, I will beg for an excuse. After all, he is like a father to me. I will ask for sorry if there is my mistake. But instead, you didn't think so. For suppose, if I was affected with typhoid and I am away for 10 days, Will you write a letter and hang yourself? What about the honor of our university? What about the honor of mine? Is this the behavior I get for being friendly with you? You shouldn't be so sensitive. No, my boy. You should first learn clarity of thought, understand people. You should stay strong even in great disturbances. Not possessing these qualities and placing yourself in a high ranking position, you will be dangerous to yourself and society both. Learn and rectify yourself. This is the value of education. Without these qualities, no matter what degree of education you hold, it is just a piece of paper. Yet, from this story, we should understand that to grow as a better person, there are certain qualities we must possess. To develop these qualities, the advice I give you is read books. Through reading, you can create a structured path towards a better understanding and better actions to take in future. In future, when you are well settled and build a home for yourself, the only thing if anyone touches and you get irritated for should be a big bookshelf filled with numerous books. Good books mold your character.
See the components of value education. Value education, in another word, can be portrayed as character education or a good education. Following are some of the important components of value education. First point is character education. Character or a moral education is a very important component of value education. It helps an individual to become well-mannered, well-behaved and socially acceptable well-beings. So here in this first character education, we can see that character plays also a major role in the life of a student or an individual. As we all know that there is a saying, when wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. But when the character is lost, then everything is lost. So we can see that character also plays very important role in the life of a student or an individual. Because if character is not good for an individual or of an individual or a student, then they can't be socially acceptable. उन्हें समाज में कोई रिस्पेक्ट नहीं मिलेगा, नहीं मिल सकता है. And they will not be told as a well-behaved or well-mannered citizen. So next point is health education. This type of education is designed for individuals to gain knowledge and skills to maintain one's or another person's health. So health is also equally important for our value education. As we say that if health is good, then we can educate the whole world or entire world. And if health is not in a proper condition, then we can't do anything properly. So in order to maintain our health, we must get adequate rest daily. Because if we only work all the time, 24 hours, then it is impossible that next day we will wake up and we will do another work again in the same way that we are doing today. It is impossible, because if we are doing the work, then we need the rest also. Equally, that is important. And if we are not resting or relaxing in the same way, we will be tired and we will not be able to focus in our work. हम किसी भी काम में जो ध्यान है वो नहीं रख पाएंगे अगर हम सही से रेस्ट नहीं करते हैं, रिलैक्स नहीं करते हैं. So to maintain health, we have to take the rest also. It is also equally important. Get regular physical activity or exercise, you can say. Physical activity or exercise is also very much important. If we are doing physical exercise, then we will be fit and we can do any sort of work efficiently in our day-to-day lives. Achieve or maintain a healthy weight. We see sometimes for any student that he or she is of standard 7 and looks like that he or she is of standard 12. Why? What the main reason is behind this? They are looking so older because of their heavy weight. So if they are having heavy weight also, then also they will not be able to focus in their day-to-day lives. So health also plays a vital role in the life of a student or an individual. Maintain a cheerful, hopeful outlook on life. If we are healthy, if our health is in a good condition, then only we will be hopeful, cheerful, and we can maintain or we can work efficiently. अगर हम चेयरफुल नहीं हैं, अगर हमारा हेल्थ ही सही नहीं है, अगर हम हेल्थ के प्रति कॉन्शियस नहीं रहें, फिटनेस नहीं रखें, तो फिर कोई भी काम करने में हमें कोई भी एनर्जी नहीं मिलेगी और उससे हमारा जो वर्क है वो हैम्पर करेगा। और ये भी हमारे लिए बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है। we will be unable to fight with any sort of problems. We can't find any solution if our health is not good. And our next point, that is last point of this components, is environmental education. This education enables individuals to explore environmental issues and take essential measures to solve them. It helps them to take responsible decisions to make environmental quality. In this type of education, we see whether the nature is being taught inside the classroom or the students are taken to the nature. It doesn't mean that the students will be shown the outer qualities, outer things or environmental things. कोई पेड़ पौधे को लेकर आ गए क्लासरूम में, no. They will be given a particular lesson about the environment, that how we have to cope up with the environment. हमें अपने environment को कैसे preserve करना है, कैसे बचाना है. And this can be done practically also if the students are taken to the environment, if the students are taken to the ground, and they should be told that you should not pluck the flowers from the plants. You should be aware of this, that you have to preserve the environment. You have to not waste don't have to cut the woods or trees. We have to just make aware of these things to those persons, those who used to do this type of things. Those who are, you can say, illiterate or uneducated fellows. So, to just preserve our environment, we must implement few measures so that we can preserve the environment by not plucking the flowers from the garden, from the plants, or by doing the plantation process, and by avoid cutting woods or trees around us. In this way, we can preserve our environment. And we are having one video related to this environmental education.
My dear children, you should not pluck these beautiful flowers and leaves. And told them here and there, it is our responsibility to take care of our surroundings and nature.
I'm sorry. I liked the flower, so I plucked it. I did not know whether it was right or wrong. Thank you, Uncle, for guiding us.
As educators, it is our responsibility to ensure that children develop socio-emotional skills as well, in addition to academic skills. In today's world, teaching values to our youth is more important than ever. Since students spend the majority of their time at school, many attributes and behaviors they develop for a lifetime have their roots in school. Therefore, a course or subject like value education that focuses on inculcating such values in children becomes an essential part of the curriculum. Do you think that today's education system lays enough emphasis on value education as other subjects? Unfortunately, the existing education system instead lays a greater emphasis on competition, verbal fluency, and linguistic ability. As a result, the focus on value education gets diminished. The Next Value Education, however, offers a comprehensive curriculum that focuses on the core values that guide the behavior of students in their day-to-day life and helps inculcate values through experiential learning. The Next Value Education curriculum covers values ranging across health and hygiene, responsibility towards self and society, love, care, and compassion, among others. Our curriculum makes use of stories that draw upon real-life experiences of children to make ethical and moral values relatable. Moreover, in order to facilitate learning by doing, the Next Value Education has special projects that require learners to apply the knowledge of multiple chapters in a single activity. Additionally, we provide mentor resources to teachers in the form of activities to help them easily plan their lessons, activities, and assignments. Another noteworthy feature of the Next Value Education is that it offers digital content in the form of ebooks, videos, quizzes, and much more to make the teaching-learning process more interactive and effective. Furthermore, the Next Curriculum app makes the textbook come alive on any mobile device to ensure that learning continues beyond the classroom and children can learn at their own pace and convenience. Think no further. With the Next Value Education, find the best values.
Now next we'll see the key purposes of value education. Our first point is to ensure a holistic approach to a child's personality development in terms of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects. So here we can see that a holistic approach signifies the overall development of a child. If a child is not interested in extracurricular activities, then his learning is not up to the mark. If we see a child is just focusing on the studies, on the academics, then it is impossible to develop his or her holistic approach towards his career. So this is equally important that we have to give them the extracurricular knowledge also, and they have to be interested in those qualities, they have to be interested in those activities also in order to make them overall developed. Inculcation of patriotic spirit as well as the values of a good citizen. A value of good citizen can only be possible if a student is just telling himself or herself that they are Indian first and then after they are of any caste or color or creed. We see in most of the places or schools that many students just try to discriminate between themselves. भेदभाव करने की कोशिश करते हैं कुछ students. So this is wrong. This is a wrong message for the students, for the other students. They have to be positive. They have to create a positivity among themselves that they are first of all an Indian and then after they are of any caste. Then only they can maintain the discipline and they will be regular and they will be called to be as the patriotic citizen of the nation. Helping students understand the importance of brotherhood at social, national and international levels. Students में भाईचारे की भावना को अगर रखते हैं वो अपने अंदर अपने फेलो बींग्स के साथ, तभी वो सोशल, नेशनल और इंटरनेशनल लेवल में सक्सीड कर सकते हैं. Otherwise, they will be only focused in the school. They can't go back or they can't come out from their from their school life, from their class, from their school campus or outside. Developing good manners and responsibility and cooperativeness. If they are having these qualities within them, then only they will be called as good mannered citizen, a well behaved citizen, and they will be having the responsibility within them. Promoting the spirit of curiosity and inclusiveness towards the orthodox norms, teaching students about how to make sound decisions on the basis of moral principles. Moral principles are also very much important in our or a student's life, because these moral principles are the guidelines that people live to do for the right thing. These are the moral principles which are being taught in the schools also for the students upliftment, for their enhancement. Promoting a democratic way of thinking and living. Democratic way is also a major aspect of students or individuals' life, because in this freedom of speech, equality and respect for the rights of all the citizens are included. Imparting students with the significance of tolerance and respect towards different cultures and religious faiths. If a student is having these qualities within them, that they are patriotic, they having the holistic approach towards their school, towards their curriculum, and if they are not differentiating between among themselves, if they are having the knowledge of culture, religions and each and everything, then only they will work effectively in their classrooms or inside the school campus, and they will get the proper knowledge of value education. So our next slide is impact of value education. Impact of value education on students include intellectual depth among students demonstrated by a willingness to become involved in complex thinking across the curriculum. It means this intellectual depth means involving a person's ability to think and to understand the ideas or any information. If student is just trying to focus on his or her course course related things, then it is just impossible that they will be growing throughout their intellectual depth. Next is quality relationships within and between the schools of the cluster. In this quality relationship, we can say that teachers must try to concentrate on the students, on those particular students, those who are only staying alone, those who are very lonely within themselves. They can be treated as friends, they can be treated as their family members. Then only they will understand the quality relationship, that what is the meaning of quality relationship. Teachers must share their any incident or any stories related to their life, related to their past, so that the student must become sensible for their own life, that this thing has happened to our teachers also, this incident has happened to our teachers also in their school life or outside the school or in the college life or anywhere. Then only they will focus to their curriculum, their school. Modeling, living out and practicing the values that are being enclosed in the curriculum. greater student responsibility over social, national, and international environmental issues. When there is a positive impact on students regarding this value education or value based education, then only they will feel responsible in their life, in their culture, whatever they are trying to do in their life, in their schools, whatever they want to compete with their fellow beings, then only they will be feeling that they are responsible student. Greater student resilience and social skills and improved relationships of care and trust towards the environment. As we have seen earlier only that how we can preserve the environment. In this way, the students can participate in this environmental education program. If any school is organizing, many of the schools we are now watching that many of the schools are organizing these environmental programs so that they can preserve their environment. So then only they will develop these qualities within themselves, helping to develop a positive school ethos that is more harmonious because of the direct correlation between value education and behavior, creating a calm and purposeful environment where everyone feels valued, enabling staff to feel valued in a culture of care and support. This is also very much important point for a student if they are getting value. When they will get the value? When the teacher will behave with them with care and support both. If the teacher are becoming professional, they are just teaching and moving on, then the students will not achieve any qualities from the teachers, or they will not get any interest. They will think that they are unvalued. They are unvalued citizens. So here the main motive is or revolves around the care and support among the students from their teachers. If a teacher is caring the student in a proper way, paying good attention towards the students, then only they also can achieve good qualities from their teachers. Enabling pupils to understand themselves through an awareness of their inner selves so that they grow to be self-disciplined and self-led, having the ability to observe and determine their own positive behavior. So these are also very much important for a student's or an individual's life, that if they are getting positive things from their teachers, then only they can gain positivity from their teachers, from the particular school. Creating personal and school harmony by introducing an ethical vocabulary through the explicit and regular consideration of values, words such as peace, cooperation, care and respect, which is learned by hearing, reading, reflecting on, writing about, discussing and practicing. These are also few important activities or values which should be implemented in the schools, in the school curriculum, so that the student may take proper interest in the school's activities. This, if the teachers in any situation or any schools, we can see that the teachers become rude if their personal issues are there. So in that case, the student doesn't pay proper interest, proper attention towards their school activities, and they think that they are the inferior. So it is a very good thing that for this teachers, that they have to pay proper attention towards the students so that they can't feel inferior. They have to feel, we should make them feel that they are superior to others. They are not inferior. And this can only happen if the teachers are just doing the classes, they are just engaging the classes, and they are how they are having the behavior, how they are having their thoughts. They are just expressing those things and just move on. If these things a teacher can do, if these things are coming from the teacher's side towards the students, then the student will feel unvalued and they will lose their self-confidence. And we have to pay a proper interest towards the students in order to gain their self-confidence. And this can only happen if the teachers are positive. Then only the students can gain positivity from their teachers. There are benefits also for the value-based education. It helps cooperation in asking questions to the teachers, shows responsibility in doing homework. It increases capacity to work independently, implement their learning in their practical life. It helps a child or a student to be attentive in class. So when this will be properly effective, when a teacher will be positive in his or her behavior, then only this will be effective for the students, that they will also cooperate with the teachers. They will also break their hesitation in asking questions. If the teachers will be rude and if the teachers will scold them, punish them, then it is not possible for any of the students that they can ask question. They will only think that if I will ask question from this particular teacher, then maybe it's quite possible that he or she will scold me or beat me or give me punishment once or twice or thrice, anytime. And if they will gain their self-confidence, then only they will feel or think that they are responsible student and they will gain responsibility in their homework, classwork and regularity. And they will also do their work independently if they gain the self-confidence within them. It helps students to make their own decisions. This is also very important, that if a child or a student gains confidence or attention from their teachers, then they will feel positive within themselves and they will think that they can take any sort of decisions within themselves and with their own capability. It develops healthy mind in them. It also develops healthy mind when it is possible, when the teacher is positive, when the teacher is behaving positively with the students, then only they can gain positivity, they can gain self-confidence. Otherwise, they will lack in their self-confidence if the teachers are not positive in their attitude. So moving on to our next slide is characteristics of value education. This includes, the first point is collective identity. It promotes respect and understanding for diversity beyond, for example, cultural, religious and ethnic differences. This collective identity expresses your own identity as a family member or the group. For an instance, if we see in our homes that our parents tell us or give us, teach us that we are having our own culture, we are having this culture, and our society teaches us that we have to be equally. we have to treat each and every pupil equally. Then only we will be called a good citizen. So this is collective identity. Next is critical thinking. It stimulates creative and systematic analysis to identify different perspectives and angles of problems. This critical identity works at the best to approach their group project. If we see most of the places that are in the schools that project work are being done. So project work is something that we can do in a group. Most of the places in most of the schools we see that project work lay more emphasis on group. If we are having teamwork, if we are having group, then only we can develop a good teamwork within ourselves, within our fellow beings. हमारे जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो स्टूडेंट्स के अंदर अगर टीम वर्क की भावना होगी तो एक दूसरे के लिए वो सोच आएगा, वो थॉट आएगा कि हमें एक साथ वर्क कैसे करना है. अगर सभी के थॉट्स डिफरेंट होंगे, 4-5 अगर कोई ग्रुप में हैं और उनके अगर सभी के थॉट्स अलग अलग हैं और अलग अलग के मैच नहीं कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे से, तो देयर इज वेरी लेस possibility of being or having their teamwork properly. They can't do teamwork in an efficient way. So teamwork is also very important if they are doing project work in a group. In many schools or in many of the classes we see that this project work of any subject are being just implemented nowadays. So this is also very much important for a student that they must also pay attention to this teamwork. Teamwork is then only possible when the project is being created by them in a proper way in a team. If they are not creating or performing as a team, then they will not be able to work as an efficient student, efficient teamwork they can't do. Next is cooperation. It promotes collaboration to find global solutions to problems and defend the collective good. This cooperation helps the students to work together in order to achieve their goal, in order to achieve their aim. And this helps the people to achieve a proper attention towards their life, towards their thoughts. This cooperation is also very important when this also correlates with this critical thinking, that this if we are having a proper group, if the students are having their group, then they can cope up with all the difficulties in their life, within their fellow beings, within their classmates, within themselves. Next comes global vision. It deepens knowledge of world problems and of values such as justice, equality, and dignity. If a student is thinking of the worldly views, which we can say global vision, apart from the curriculum, then only they can get the proper knowledge of the worldly problems, that what is being happening toward the world after we are completing our school. Or most of the time we see that in schools also, if students are there, if they are getting the education also, but they are interested in worldly things, worldly problems, they watch the news, take the information, come in the classrooms, and they are trying to participate in those and take more interest in those things which are worldly, which are apart from their curriculum, apart from their knowledge, apart from their this school life or their course. And the last point is social skills. It encourages empathy, communication skills, teamwork, and interaction with different people. This social skills help to interact with and communicate with others. If you are not having the communication skills, then they can't interact properly with their fellow beings or with their classmates or any individuals. So with this I want to conclude my today's session. Thanks for watching.